Magikarp! Do you understand what this aquatic abomination is capable of? Let me break it down for you. Magi means magic, and carp means fish. What do you get when you put them together? Wrecked!
Hey guys, I'm Vogel Rainwolf.
And I'm Jason Adar.
And I'm TK from Nekocon.
Today, since the theme for Nekocon this coming year is RPGs, we're going to have a little conversation and also talk about Nekocon. Alright, let's start off Final Fantasy. This may take forever.
More than likely.
More than likely, because it's
So I guess,
broad.
should we start with just the obvious question of which Final Fantasy was your favorite in general?
I would have to say between 7 and 10.
7 and 10? 7 and 10?
Mine would be 7 or 9.
7 or 9. Yes, well, I am agreeant that I like 7.
I think everybody did.
Everybody did.
Well,
There's some people that have a little problem with 7. I'm not understanding their issue with that.
Well, it's not as bad. Originally, I was playing Legend of Dragoon when 7 released.
Yeah?
no one remembers that one.
Nope.
They kind of released at the same time. That's probably why.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
Very true. It was a nice little cover they had on the thing there.
4 disc.
4 discs.
4 discs, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then it just gets more and more and more as the adventures rolled on. And then, of course, they started coming out with bigger consoles that could hold a lot more memory and everything.
Well, that made things a lot easier and more pretty.
Certainly.
Yes,
Certainly.
especially with 10 coming out, and then the 10 remix that came out.
Oh, yeah.
With the HD.
Yeah, I mean, they've all been kind of becoming... Unfortunately, a lot of the newer Final Fantasies have sort of become more linear and less open world.
Yeah.
7 definitely had that aspect as far as being an open world, as well as the the earlier ones. I played 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and 6.
I didn't really play anything before 7.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I played Final Fantasy. I played the original Final Fantasy. I played 3, and just recently I started playing 6.
Oh.
So what about this remake for 7? Or, yeah, it's a complete remake, not a remodel.
It's like, I am not going to hold my breath because I've gotten my hopes up so many times in the past, only for them to just keep on delaying it. But I am glad that they recently, it sounds like they are going to actually stick to their guns and actually do a remake of it. So, and from what they've shown, like the little teaser trailer of it.
Oh, that was E3, was it?
Yeah, E3. That was that. I mean, it's gonna look awesome. So, I'll reserve my judgment until it actually comes out.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds great, but I'm hearing a lot that they're going to do it in episodes. And once people get so far or as so long as to opening the episodes, that's when they're going to DLC the rest of.
So pretty much like a Telltale game or stuff like that.
Yeah, and then you get to continue on.
That's going to be unfortunate, because I mean, I don't like the trend of episodic games. I mean, it's great and all, but when I buy a game, I want the whole entire game.
Definitely fits Final Fantasy because they've been known to be long and very good stories.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, indeed, definitely. But the graphic scale on that is going to be, I like you said, I hope I'm not getting my hopes up. I can't wait to play it and see where it has gone from being, little polygons into this just full expanded universe, and making just in general the graphic, how it's going to look, how we imagined it in our heads while we were playing with these, little polygons walking across the screen.
You couldn't even read the face or the hairstyle.
Yeah. It's like wall scroll style backgrounds and polygons running across it. It's like, does he even have a shadow? I can't tell.
What's that? Is that a box? Or is that
box? Oh my goodness. But besides the Final Fantasy series, there's a lot of different RPGs out there, especially with, Nekocon's theme this year being RPG. We're also kind of incorporating the idea of like D&D and everything in there. So I don't know how much, tabletop you guys play, but we're also bringing that in, and we're making sure that we have all that available for everyone.
Yeah.
So we got. Yeah.
Neko and cons in general, they've always had like tabletops, rooms just full of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ours is mostly in the artist alley area. So if you're trying to get to that when you reach there, it should be there again this year, and you can look over some people's shoulders, see what they're playing, because we have those kinds of games available, as well as the gaming room, which is basically what we're going on here with talking about the different games that we've all played here. Let's see. So we got Final Fantasy. We got. I'm going on the RPGs.
God Eater.
God Eater. That's fantastic. Especially the newest one that just came out.
Yes.
Rage Burst.
The Blood Art.
Blood Arts. Yeah. And now they've introduced the scythe after all this time.
Yes, they brought it into Renaissance. The scythe. That's my main weapon right now.
Oh, the scythe.
Yes, I've just been raping through stuff.
Just going straight through, just taking things out.
Just taking domes off.
The original use of a scythe. Just
well, now it's got this really cool feature where it's like when you attack with it. Well, I wouldn't say a new feature because the weapon is new, but when one of the attacks is it extends out, slams down, and drags back. So it's like it's almost like
pretty
saying
much is like
devouring. Well, it's like the devouring, but it's really cool to see this thing especially when it extends out, when it slashes sideways.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, you're encircling me. I have a scythe. This is not going to go well for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because even though God Eater is not really a big RPG game, it still has some particles of it.
Oh yeah, but let me tell you though, when I see the cosplayers for these that make these God arcs for oh man, these things are huge.
They're huge, and you have to pick the right material and the right density of stuff. If you don't, that thing's gonna be heavy as mess.
Oh man, I ran into this couple that had that were doing God Eater cosplays.
Was it last year or the year before that? They had that cosplay group that had the little kid with them as well.
Yeah, and they basically let's see, one of them was doing Soma, and the scythe was 8 feet long.
How do you lug that through the con without hitting somebody?
I don't know. I mean,
I guess hold it straight up.
Yeah, so it's like oh my gosh, that thing was huge. I think they said something. I talked to him myself, and it was like this thing was like only like 15 pounds.
They had to use craft foam.
They had to use
or some type of foam or Warblow or something.
Yeah. Those things were huge. But and it's the game. Whoa.
There goes your information for Neko.
I wanted that there. I'll get it later. But yeah, so the storyline in the God Eater games though it's fantastic, and sometimes they just add little silly stuff to it.
Yeah.
Like I just recently got to a part where I'm not going to go deep into it, but it was
may or may not be spoiler.
It was a whole. It was a secret thing that you find eventually. I was talking about all they talked about was knee socks. So I'm not going to go any further into that. I'm not going to spoil anything, and I don't want. Yeah, I know they're aficionados.
There's like so many ways that can go wrong.
Exactly. That's why I'm not going to go any further in that. But I will say that it was very humorous. It was very lighthearted on how they did it, but it was not that much in God Eater's lighthearted.
It's not as bad as what I know.
No,
one of the attires that in the first one, I don't know if it's in the second one yet. It's the headphones, the jacket, and then it's just Alyssa on the shirt.
But I mean, getting away from God Eater or anything, and there's a lot of other really good ones. But there's the Persona series that was really good.
Very great. I'm waiting for 5. I know he's waiting for 5.
Oh yes, really.
I'm kind of annoyed that Japan's already got it, but luckily there hasn't been too many spoilers, or I've seen so far, so we're good.
Yeah, I mean, the Shinigami Tensei series is just so broad, and it's it's a huge universe.
Devil Trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Persona. I don't even know the rest of them.
There was for the Shin Megami Tensei, which I really, really love. We had was it Nocturne, the Digital Deva Saga, which I really liked, where it's like you went into a computer and you become the monster itself. Then there's just the regular Shin Megami Tensei series where you're just like a regular teenager and you're palling around with a bunch of monsters, which I always thought was always awesome.
Do you want to talk about some things for Neko right now?
Well, certainly. Well, everyone knows that it's gonna. If you don't mind grabbing that, it's a drop my thing.
Which one of us is gonna get it?
Yeah, somebody's gonna get it. Probably me with having to cheat using the the phone here, but it has my list on different things because we got so many different guests that we got coming up and so many different events at Nekocon. I can't remember all of it in here. I got to make sure I've got something written down for it because there's just so much going on here. I mean, we've got the all of our anime tracks and everything. We got the gaming room, we've got the artist alley, the dealer's room for everyone to go pick up their really cool stuff and make sure that everybody has a great time. Let's see, where can we start off here? So we got the video games. Well, we could start off with a couple of guests we've got. We got a fashion guest, Baby the Star Shine Bright, with a couple of guests there, with a couple of designers. Let's see. Yes, our voice actors. We got Lauren Landa, Mike McFarland, and Bryce Pepperbrook.
Isn't the Kirito and Asuna being there this year as well?
One of the two voice actors. Well, let's see here. We got, so Lauren Landa was, of course, the voice actor for Dead or Alive. She was Kasumi. Mike McFarland, of course. He's in there, and he did a lot of the voices for Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Yep. He was Master Roshi.
I gotta love the old pervert.
Let's see, here we go. Who else we got here? Oh yeah, Bryce Peppenbrook. He let's see, he was Aaron in Attack on Titan, and that's also Kirito from Sword Art Online. Okay. So I almost forgot. Don't want to forget anybody here. And then, of course, we got Leslie Wilkerson. She was, of course, Sarah Bryant from Virtual Fighter.
Well,
there's so much here.
Yeah, there's so many more guests.
Gosh.
They're to come out soon as well. Also, as you know, if you've been watching us for a while, we do a guest video. So any details that you've probably missed out that he didn't mention, we'll be filling those in during that time.
Oh yeah, and definitely, go on to the Nekocon website. I am not a great filler of information. We got the masquerade that's that we're gonna have, and that's excellent every year. All the people, all the cosplayers that come on, that they they write their skits and they just sit hours and hours sewing their costumes. Oh my gosh, and they always look excellent.
Just writing up what they're doing is the time it takes,
and the work it's amazing, these costumes they get that they pull, and especially some of these that they come in for the judging, and they and some of them still got some black rings on it because they stayed up the night before making these conventions.
Let's put this here.
So it's like just a PSA for all you cosplayers out there. Try to pace yourself. Try not to do it overnight.
You want to be able to make the.
You want to be able to enjoy your convention. Sleep, eat. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself as well. The convention will still be there. Okay. So try not to rush too much. Pace yourself, and take showers and just
please for everybody that attends the convention, please.
Yes, it's very important to take care of yourself, especially when you're going to these conventions, because you hear a lot about people leaving with what they call the con crud, or the plague. So make sure that you take care of yourself. And a couple of other things. I definitely don't want to forget. We've got the Maid Cafe going on in the embassy right next door. Lovely Heart Maid Cafe. Come by, enjoy, hang out with them. They're hoping to see you guys there. I think they have some panels, because we got a bunch of different panels that are going to be going on. And there's something for everyone to do. We're going to have, of course, a kids track. It's called Chibi Neko. So if you've got little ones, we've got something for them. And I don't know if we're having a tea party this year. I'd have to go and check my phone of knowledge. But yes, go on the website, go on to nekocon.com. Go on our Facebook. We have a Facebook. And check us out there. We're always updating the Facebook, and so if it hasn't quite made it to the website yet, it's definitely going to probably be on the Facebook. Come check us out. I'll be there, Takeo, and of course the rest of the mascots. I wish they could have been with us tonight. We have Miyoko, Reiko, and Akiko. Hey guys! I'm online. Yeah, you'll see them, you'll meet us, and of course we should be doing a masquerade skit ourselves for the masquerade. Yeah, we're gonna definitely be there. We're gonna be there enjoying the convention with you guys and just having a great time. And of course, it's gonna be the first weekend of November.
I forgot what those dates were.
You forgot what days those are. See, it's even worse because now that I say it, I have actually forgotten. All right, 4th through the 6th.
All right, for RPG games, but there are a few RPG animes as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Sword Art Online. I don't know how many of us watch that, or Log Horizon.
Sword Art Online. That was an anime. Of course, it became
Real life, pretty much.
real life, right?
Yeah.
It became a game, and I hear it's actually really good.
It's going to be very interesting because I know in Japan they're working on that project for the headpieces, the hands, everything for Sword Art Online to pretty much play like they would have, but not
Oh,
fully.
so it'd be like a VR style.
Yeah, VR style type of gaming.
Yeah. And I apologize for how raspy my voice may sound. I had a little bit of cold, I had a bit of a cold the other day, so I apologize.
Yeah, they're colds. They're never fun.
Yeah.
Definitely it's that time of the year where the weather kind of goes flippy-floppy.
Yeah, it's that change from summer to fall, and it's hot one day and then cold, and it's also here in Virginia, it's very muggy and moist, so it's like it messes with you if you're not careful. Again, take care of yourself. Eat some vitamin C.
Eat some vitamin C.
Eat some vitamin C.
Vitamin C.
So oranges.
Oranges. You can take vitamin C or you can eat vitamin C. It is possible. Technically, it is eating as long as it goes into your mouth.
I should have brought an orange.
Should have brought it. Have vitamin C. Wrap. Just throw it at you.
Any other RPG discussions or anything for Nekocon?
Well, I mean, as far as Nekocon, I mean, we've, I would say, covered most of the points there. But, you know, aside from the fact that Nekocon is #1.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, we'll agree with that.
We'll go back on to that. Yeah, but and that's of course, and I didn't give a location. I'm sitting here talking about Nekocon. I didn't even give a location. It's Hampton Roads, Virginia, near the Coliseum. So it's pretty easy to find once because the convention center is right next to it. This big giant tent. Exactly. Look for the big diamond-looking thing.
It's a building that looks like a tent.
Yes. Actually, I always thought that the Coliseum looked kind of like a cupcake wrapper from the outside.
The Coliseum, yes, but the convention center, no.
No, the convention center just looks like a tent.
Yes. Looks like a cupcake. Yes. Look for a giant cupcake.
See now
wrapper
you see what I'm
next to a
talking
tent.
about now. Yeah.
And you'll be right there.
Yeah, exactly. But as far, I mean, there a couple of RPGs that I really like myself, besides Final Fantasy VII, which was actually one of my favorite because there's a little special place in my heart for it. Disgaea was a really fun series.
I didn't really play too much of that.
You didn't really play too much. I believe we were talking about that a little bit
I
earlier.
played a ton of it.
A ton of it. Don't be ashamed. It's okay to play Disgaea.
Yeah, but the thing about Disgaea, I mean, if you are really into it, it can keep going forever. I mean,
Yeah, they had multiple endings throughout the game. Like you could, that's one really cool aspect about the game. So that's why I'm suggesting you should probably pick that up. Is you could be playing one part of the game, you're in one chapter of the story, and you could be like chapter 3. I'm not going to say any specific chapters, for spoiler purposes, but you could say be in chapter 3. You make a decision, and game over. Like that's the end of the game. That's it. That was one of the endings.
It's like, oh, bye.
Yeah, it's like you chose that. Well, end of game.
yes.
And
then there's like all the side quests that you
side quests.
I
Yeah.
mean, you could finish the story itself in maybe a day or less, and the rest of the time you can just be going to places like the item world and just be buffing up your own characters to do ridiculous amounts of damage, which was a big draw point for me.
Well, that's definitely one of the best parts about this guy is that it is a game that doesn't take itself seriously
At all.
at
What
all.
I've seen of it, yeah, I would have to agree with that.
The buffing is ridiculous because when you're in item world, you run into these monsters where you're level 50, and these things show up and they're level, like the level number, not the HP level, the level number is in the thousands. It makes absolutely no sense. especially in what was it, Disgaea 4, you had Valvatores.
Oh, yeah.
The entire time he talks about nothing but sardines.
He must enjoy his sardines.
He loves sardines. He talks about the advantages of having sardines. Now, me personally, I like sardines for obvious reasons.
You're a cat.
Yes, but
Just sardines or every kind of fish?
it's pretty much every kind of fish. But not a big fan of mushrooms, though. But
Is that a fish?
Exactly. So he's sitting there and just goes on about all the different things that sardines have and how they have amino acids and this and that, and then it just gets ridiculous and it's hilarious. Just eat yogurt? No, I want my sardines.
There's no amino acids.
Sardines, thank you.
Sardines.
But I hate giving out spoilers, but I gotta give this one for the most recent Disgaea. It's obvious that they reference two famous wrestlers. You meet one of the main characters is obviously, just by the fact that when you meet him, the first words out of his mouth are, "You bunch of jabronis." Yes. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is obviously being referred to in this series. And then the next one is you meet the throwing I forget what it is, like I want to say the throwing king or the throwing overlord. The throwing overlord, and who is obviously in his wording.
About Donkey Kong?
No. No. He is obviously who we all know he is when he calls you brother.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Hollywood Hogan?
No, not Hollywood Hogan. Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh,
Savage, yes.
I am flipping things around.
That's all right. I mean, they both said they both used to say brother.
Yeah, that's true.
But so that's and the stuff they do is just so ridiculous in that series, and the different side quests you can do. I mean, it has its own anime as well. It's got its like own card game. It's got one heck of a following.
out.
Oh yeah, it's certainly, definitely.
There's like all the spin-offs that they had, just off of Disgaea alone.
Oh, yeah.
It's like every, was it NIS America? Yeah.
Yes.
They
Nipponichi.
Yeah, they put the like same characters in like all their games, which is like a great thing I find.
Oh yeah, they do a lot of crossovering where.
Very cameos.
Oh yeah, the cameos are hilarious.
Definitely when it comes to the very big RPGs that have a good reputation, that people enjoy crossover. It's like, okay, here's a sequel, because a lot of sequels they'll just, here's a completely new cast of characters. Let's give a cameo of this character from 3 games ago, or 2 games ago, or the last game.
In one of I forget exactly, because it's just I've been playing God Eater so much recently. I'm kind of losing the idea. But in one of the Disgaea series, one of the characters from a different game actually came over and attempted to take the game and become the main character. It's an actual part in the storyline. It's not a side quest. I almost want to say it was Axel, but Axel shows up in like all of them.
Yeah, Axel shows up in all of them, but I think it was Mid-Boss.
Mid-Boss.
Yes, Mid-Boss.
No, wait, was it Mid-Boss? No, because Mid-Boss does show up. He does make a cameo.
We're gonna have to Google this.
Probably. Well, if you think about it, it's like there's so much going on in the Disgaea series. It's hard to keep up with what is happening. Yeah, I mean, they have their own Power Ranger type characters show up called the Prism Force, and they're hilarious.
They're just as over the top as traditional Power Rangers,
or
not more so.
Or Sentai.
When it said Prison Force, when you said
Prism,
Force?
Yeah.
Prism.
Different colors. Prism.
Well, it sounded like Prison Force.
Prison Force. That's the next JRPG right there. Prison Force.
Another series that I find that didn't get a lot of traction
Good.
in the US is the Tales of series.
Oh yes, the Tale of series. Yeah,
Tales of Zillia, Tales of
See, I'm doing it too now.
Symphonia, or Symphonia.
Yeah, Symphonia.
Tales.
Sorry,
of,
we have a friend that's named. It almost sounds exactly the same as the title.
Wow.
Very close.
Yeah. So we got Symphonia. We got Zillia. We've
Tales
got
of R.
Tales of R.
That was the Vita one. Oh no,
Link.
Tales of Link, which just came out on mobile, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shoot. The bad thing is whenever I get my hands on the Tales series.
Oh,
I always
Vesperia.
I always have to 100% it. I can't just leave it. The problem is when the one that came out for the PS4, they gave a DLC for it crosses over with God Eater. Mm-hmm. So you're actually playing as the Seraphim and the main characters and everything. You actually have to go face Ogre Tales.
Yeah. And which one is it? The Tales of Link? Or?
Not Tales is but the
Zestra.
Zestra, the
Zestiria.
Seraphim. Yeah, Zestiria.
Tales of Zesty Vesperia. No, Zestiria.
The one that has the Seraphim and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's Tales of Z word. There we go.
Well, that's another thing about the Tales of Link game that just came out. It was they've been having all these little special crossover episodes in the game
I know
where,
it took everything from the Tales series.
and they just recently did God Eater.
Yeah.
So now all the characters have God Eater uniforms or God Eater weapons.
Cool.
And
I really need to play God Eater.
oh yeah,
Oh yes, it's very fun.
yeah, I'm having a blast playing it right now. So
My weaponry is getting up there. I have ranked 10 scythes right now,
wow,
one of each element.
I'm literally just picking.
On your hands.
It's gonna be worse once I get it on my Vita.
Yeah. Because then you can take it with you.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I love that. I love that feature that you can with the Vitas is being able to take a save and cross saving it onto the Vita, playing it while you're gone, come back home, cross save it back over, and then you get to play it on your big screen from where you left off.
I love what they did for God Eater, where they put they released the first one with the second one. Mm-hmm. But I also think that instead of buying a second copy, they should that you have if you buy it for the PS4, definitely when it comes to RPG games, because a lot of them Japanese made, obviously, and also would work perfectly on the Vita. So just give you a digital copy of the game for the Vita.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's one way you could definitely go about it. That would definitely save a lot of time as far as that. But a lot of people don't have Vitas, and unfortunately, with how things are going, I've noticed that the Vita is almost kind of. I don't want to say it, but
The US doesn't have a big Vita presence.
Yeah,
it's more of Japan.
That's because Nintendo has pretty much most people's eyes, because that was kind of one of the first things people were introduced to was Nintendo.
And the way I see it is that the only way kind of for Vita to really get big, well, it can get very big quickly, is mainly from the RPG fan base, pretty much, because most of those games take tons and tons of time. The Vita has the hardware and the software to pretty much handle almost any RPG game that's been released.
Oh yeah, certainly.
Well, have either of you played the Star Ocean series?
Star Ocean.
I played the most recent one for the PS4. In my opinion, that story was very short.
Yeah, well, moving on, going further, which one would be your favorite then?
I've only played 3 of them.
I played the original back when, but that was a long time ago, and I haven't. There's just so many games out there to play that I just can't just like.
All this being an RPG gamer, you can't really play them all because there's so much time you have to play your first one. Or,
it's like I ran out the clock on 7, so I'm so busy grinding or doing side quests.
Yeah, I think everybody's like. Ran out the clock on 7 at least once.
Yeah, it's interesting thing is like when I hear about people that's like, oh, I'm gonna speed run in the RPG. I'm like, why would you speed run an RPG?
Well, I did it. I did a speed run of Final Fantasy VII. I told myself I was gonna try to beat it within 24 hours.
How long did it take you?
24 hours.
Yeah.
You were probably dead.
Is that in between slices of pizza and running to the restroom?
Yeah, pretty
Did you have a
much.
bottle?
Oh gosh.
I didn't have, no.
At least it wasn't a catheter.
I did not go to the bathroom very often. Well, I did go to the bathroom, but I did not eat. I just had water, and I just did a speed run of Final Fantasy VII.
Water and pretzels, your best friends.
I would have figured it'd be like a 2 2 gallons of Mountain Dew.
Oh yeah, I mean I had soda too, but I was like I had to kind of I was trying
Had
to
a
because
Mountain
no,
Dew
it's
water,
like
Mountain
too
Dew
much
water.
sugar,
caffeine,
like
sugar, water,
crash.
caffeine,
Yeah.
sugar, water, caffeine, sugar, water.
Water, 12-pack water.
Well, at least you didn't like go far as like a Monster or Red Bull or anything of that nature.
Well, Mountain Dew is already pretty bad enough for it as you.
Yeah, well, that's when you get, now that you could buy it now, get some Surge. Let's see, there was, the Star Ocean games. There was, I almost want to say was
Digimon?
Digimon.
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 Well,
Digimon. I mean, was talking like Digimon World. I mean,
yeah, the one that actually kind of had a story to it, but you also had it was kind of more of a raising your Digimon type.
yeah. I mean, it was kind of like Monster Rancher, but not just raising and then battling thing. It was, Monster Rancher World. You actually had a purpose to go around the world and capture things and raise them. Although it kind of was a little tougher because you didn't. It was like Monster Rancher, where eventually your Digimon would
evolve and I think
Darurumon,
no, not
Garurumon,
Doraemon.
Duran,
or whatever that crime series, the one with the bear, the black and white bear.
Oh yeah,
Rappa or something.
Isn't that an RPG?
Pronunciation.
Because I know. Well,
I haven't actually played that one.
I haven't played it, so I can't really. I don't. Really
I need to
know.
catch up on that. I need to actually see that at some point. I haven't watched the anime.
Very first season of it, and I enjoyed it, but I haven't really kept up with it because they've been releasing so much lately.
Yeah. I mean, I've mostly been just hermiting away, playing some of the RPGs and whatnot on my Vita or on my PlayStation 4 or my Xbox. And
work is gonna hate. Well, I'm gonna hate myself because when Persona 5 comes out, it's Katsucon weekend.
Yeah, so that. Speaking of which, is even at Nekocon. I mean, we've got a lot of. I'm not really sure what the embassy is doing, but we've not just the embassy, but we've got a whole line of hotels.
Shoot, it's like Hotel District.
It really is. I mean, it's literally right there. Coliseum Drive, hotel.
Even if you don't get one on that strip, you can go about maybe 5-10 minutes down the street. There's another hotel still in reasonable distance.
Exactly.
You may have to drive every day, but
yeah. So there's you come to Nekocon. One thing's for sure. And one of the things I always like to talk about, especially when I travel to other conventions with my with the roadshow team, which they are great. They're always great to be with. They're just awesome people. And we get along really good, and they invite me and the other mascots to hang out with them.
Along with the roadshow team if you're traveling.
Well, I mean, it's good enough to just be friends with them in general. Yeah. But when they invite Reiko, myself, and Akiko and Miyoko, there's we always have a blast. So a problem that we sometimes kind of run into is a lot of places. And I'm not putting any other conventions down or anything. I'm just saying parking has always been an issue. At Nekocon, we've never had a parking issue unless you're trying to get like right up against the convention center.
Yeah, because even once that parking spot, the parking area in the front, the parking on the side, there's still a whole other area. You may have to walk, but
well, exactly. I mean, even just a little bit walk, but you're gonna find a parking spot. We don't have any parking,
garages,
parking garages, but
because the area is really not.
It's so widespread. There's just
there's
so much going on. It's like pull the mic away from myself. It's widespread. No, but yeah, exactly.
Unless they decide to start building stuff, and then
of course. And if we do happen to run out of parking, there's always an additional parking spot that can be used next to the Coliseum.
Yeah, because I think there was a hotel there originally or something.
Yeah, I think so.
I remember the year because I don't really go out that way much. So the one year that building was there, and then the following year it's like. Wasn't there something there?
Right. And but yeah, we've got so much parking for anybody to come out and find a place and just walk up to the convention. And of course, like I was saying, the hotels are lined up right there on Coliseum Drive, and you can usually find one for a really good price. And especially since a lot of them do the Nekocon price.
Oh yeah, and I've noticed further and further down the street, y'all have gotten Nekocon is slowly getting more. Or hotels into the district or district not code.
Yeah.
Well, discount.
And it's all within literal walking distance, like a block.
I would say,
Depending on where your hotel is positioned.
I would say about a good probably 7 to 8 are within walking distance.
Blocks?
Well, not blocks, but like hotels.
Oh, hotels? Oh, certainly. But here's the thing. When you say that, it's 7 to 6 hotels. Okay, well, that's how many hotels we've got. Just lined up for you. So it's really hard.
I might be miscounting a few here and there because some of them share a parking area. Areas.
It's almost hard not to find a room for Nekocon.
Yes.
And that's definitely one of the advantages we have as far as where we are and everything. Our staff is usually really friendly as well. They're always helpful. I think only one year we had a little difficulty with the registration line, and that was because the computers went down. That was nothing that they could really do. But the line is usually right there, and we're there to, especially on Thursdays, we try to come out and hang out with everybody that's coming to the convention.
Yeah, because everyone that's pre-reg is in line. Even though the line's moving, you still got some time to wait. Definitely if you get there late.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't think there's a single convention out there that there's no line at all. Like you're gonna at least wait 2 to 3 people ahead of you, but you can't just walk in, because if you go to a convention and you walk up and without even having anybody in front of you, either you're there really late or
very, very early.
Or very, very well. If you're very, very, very early, more likely nobody's at the registration.
You're that guy in the sleeping bag, sitting like
exactly. You're in the tent. We try to make it as simple, easy, and as enjoyable for our guests when they come to Nekocon.
You've had a lot of returning guests over the years too.
Oh, certainly. We've had a lot of people that come back, and over the years, they go and they come back with their friends. They come back. Even our older guests come back, bringing their little ones with them.
Yeah.
And they have a good time. We hang out with them at the Chibi Neko panel area, and everybody just it's like a family, if anything, where people just
what the con
coming
community
back.
is, in my opinion.
Oh, certainly. I mean, the con community is really open. What's that?
Most definitely.
Most definitely.
Because no matter what in your family, you're going to have those people that you don't disagree, dislike, or whatever. But mostly everybody, somebody's willing to lend a helping hand.
Oh yeah. I mean, and even if still you run into something, it's like you don't have to completely like the person, but you still get along with a lot of things, and we try to encompass everyone. We want everyone to try and feel comfortable as best we can, and we try to make it a safe and friendly environment. So that's why we try to as a community, it's always good to look after each other and enjoy what we have in common.
Yes. Because you can't really do anything, and it's away from life.
Away from life. It's an escape. And then Sunday comes by, and then we all start to cry.
Hey.
I don't want to go back to my job.
I agree with that one.
I don't want to go back to school.
Well, yeah, definitely. It's different that time of year. It's high schoolers.
Oh, yes.
High school and middle school. I think that's the lowest it goes, unless intermediate, but you have parents with you.
But in general, I mean, we all get that I can't think of the word right now. Con depression. The sadness after the event, and we all get that feeling. So, that's kind of why we try to be with each other. I mean, you can go up on Facebook and check out, see what Nekocon's doing. Heck, even go on to the mascots. Myself, Takeo, Miyoko, Reiko, and Akiko. We all have our own Facebook pages. So if y'all want to go up on there, check us out, give us a like, see what kind of silly stuff we're up to when we're not at the convention. We've been doing stuff. Meetups have. We've been doing stuff all year. You can go on the Facebook page, and we'll do things with Discover Teas. We do a lot with them. Oh yeah, and
because it's like right down the street.
Right down the street, and the tea is delicious. Our Arabian Nights tea that we had available. Oh, it was so good. And also the Alice in Wonderland themed teas.
Oh yeah.
Just
I didn't
spot
get to try
on.
any of them.
You didn't get to try it? I bet if you go to Discover Tea, I'm not guaranteeing this, not guaranteeing it, but I bet if you go to Discover Teas right now, and not right now because they're probably closed, but
Oh yeah.
just leave
By the time
out
we
the
get
out the door you go,
By the
go
time
get
we
some
got
tea.
There, it'd probably be like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, but you go there, and I bet you if you asked for the Nekocon mascot teas, they would have something, and they would probably still have it for you.
Or make it up.
Well, they probably have at least a little ingredient list there, and they can. What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And oh man, those things are so good. I probably filled up with tea that year. Just it's like I was bouncing off the walls. I was drinking so much tea.
Did it have that much caffeine and sugar?
No, but when you have enough of it, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's always a great time to go and just share everything, likenesses with everyone, and see all these really cool cosplays. Especially since this year being the RPG theme,
It's going to be nuts.
It's going to be
'Cause I know
crazy.
the theme last year, I didn't really see too much of it.
Mm-hmm.
So this year, hopefully, you see a lot more because gaming, role playing in general.
Role playing,
Yeah.
role playing games, tabletop role playing games, and that's why I mean we're kind of our theme is, especially our outfits for this year, are very adventure. I want to say D&D type style. You can actually go onto the Facebook or onto the website, and you'll see a little bit of. I just saw the banner that they have for Nekocon, and I that's the first time I've seen that banner, and it's actually showing us in our full regalia. We look great, and it's. Well, I've been following the Facebook mostly. So
Same here, because whenever we do our news videos, that's where we get most of our information, because sometimes the website is not up to date as soon.
Well, that's where it's good to go on that Facebook, is because a lot of times with websites compared to Facebook, everything's set up for you. It's instant, bam, bam, bam. Where the website, we have it takes a little coding. You gotta put it out there. You gotta actually like make sure that you don't. Yeah, it's like put it in there, and you're just like, oh, I got the banner right here, and then when you actually run it and on a browser. And it's like over here somewhere, upside down, slightly to the side, slightly left.
Takes up the whole page.
The words have somehow flipped, and you got you're reading it backwards. Must have been magic. I don't know.
Let's take a mirror to this. Oh, now I can read it.
So internet trolls again. Here we go. No, but so yeah, it's always good to check both back with both, and I mean our costumes. I got a floppy ear tonight. I don't know why, but our costumes look really good this year. Myself, I'm going to be an archer. So I always found myself to be kind of like the ranger type of with a bow and.
You don't like getting close and personal, do you?
I don't want to get close and personal. I prefer to solve problems, from far, far away.
So does that mean in God Eater you have the sniper rifle?
No. Actually, right now I'm using in God Eater. Right now I'm using the chainsaw. Actually, Lindau's. Actually,
couldn't get a hold of the style that weapon uses.
The style?
Yeah, like the feel of it.
You're swinging a very large chainsaw.
Oh no, it's
just think like I don't know. Think Evil Dead, maybe. I don't know.
Well, it's a chainsaw gun.
A chainsaw gun. Yeah. Maybe Gears of War, yeah, that'd be pretty close to it. I mean, because it's both a chainsaw and a gun, which is what God Eater weapons are. They're both. It's also a gun.
Well, that's if you're a second arc. Or second new type.
New type. Yeah, if you're new type. Old type.
Well, actually, third type is very interesting because they brought up the blood arts, and that's...
Well, I mean... They're still considered new type. Blood arts is just a different unit with where they're using a different
blood.
Origami cells.
Yeah.
Sorry, it said origami. Origami cells. Origami cells. It's
bias factor.
Bias factor. It's what is it, like T66, something like that.
66, 63.
66, something like that. I'd have to go back and look at it again. I always like to go back and double check myself. But so if I get that wrong, I apologize. But yeah, so we're bringing everybody in. We would love to see all the really great costumes, especially RPG themed. We expect to probably see a lot of mages, a lot of archers, a lot of swordsmen.
Bring in the heavy artillery.
Heavy artillery.
Claymore, battle
Oh,
axe.
the claymores. Oh, yes, we're going to see
Which
battle
one?
axes, claymores.
Well, I'm talking about for the mascots.
Oh, for the mascots? No, actually.
Because the rest are female.
Well, I mean, we got Reiko. She's coming in with a sword. You could say she's a paladin type.
Okay.
And of course, your archer is myself. And we have the sort of rogue ninja fighter style. That'd be a Kiko. And she'll
She
probably
would have been interesting to see with the battle axe.
with the battle. And then, of course, we got Miyoko, who's going to be our sorceress or healer or whatever you
Gotta have that medic.
Got a medic.
Well, Paladin could kind of do that job.
I mean, well, you could almost say she's more of a warrior type.
I got you.
So, I mean, granted, I'm pretty sure Reiko knows how to heal, but when we start rolling the dice on that one, we'll find out.
We'll find out if you live or die.
Oh, we'll live. Spoiler alert: we don't plan on going anywhere.
You lose one of your 9 lives.
Oh gosh, no! Please, no. But
Be running around with their own special skill, healing smite.
healing smite. I know how to solve this problem. More battle axes. We must construct more pylons. Different game genre. But yeah, so I mean, I expect everyone to show up at Nekocon. I want to see everybody, even if you're not cosplaying. I want to see everyone because we enjoy having bring the people, the beautiful people, the beautiful people. So we've got all kinds of things with for everyone to expand. We got the Lolitas, we got the fashion show going on there, and so oh man, I've been talking all this time like blah blah blah.
We didn't bring water up here either.
I didn't bring any water. You're supposed to keep the cats well fed and watered, right?
I did that was in the job description.
Yeah. Well, I kind of strayed on this one. Ha! Puns. But I appreciate you guys inviting me here tonight. I was
not a problem.
having a blast, and I mean, hopefully I can come see you guys again another time, maybe, or I'll see you at Nekocon.
Oh, yeah, we'll be at NECO. We'll be doing our press work. As you know from us, we're always there. We're covering material, panels, main events, whatever we can get our hands on. All right, since we've pretty much gotten to a point where there's really no discussions, we've covered pretty much anything that we had.
Well, there's always discussions. It's just off-topic discussions.
Well, I'm Volgola Rainwolf.
And I'm Jason Adar.
And I'm Takeo from Nekocon.